All right. So biocoherence.
Yeah.
Gotta say, when you sent this stuff over, I was like, really? Software that unlocks like all the secrets of your well-being just from your, what is it, ECG? Seemed a bit,
A little too good to be true.
yeah, like almost too out there.
It's definitely intriguing, though, right? I mean, just the idea that you can measure something as like intangible as energy with something as like concrete as electrical activity, that's kind of cool.
Totally. But I'm a skeptic, gotta be honest. But
Sure.
I did my homework, dug into the research, and the thing that really got me was just how much this thing claims to do.
Right.
We're not talking about a basic, like, step counter here. This software says it can analyze over 1,400 biomarkers.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's mind-blowing.
It is incredibly comprehensive. And it's not just like a sheer amount of data, it's what they're actually doing with it,
Right.
right? Instead of just like bombarding you with numbers and figures, they actually present the information in a way that makes sense.
Yeah.
They have all these amazing visuals, like over 40 different screens and graphs that map out your whole like bioenergetic state.
I gotta admit, those visuals are pretty slick. It did kind of feel like I was looking at like a blueprint of my own energy or something. But let's talk about the thing that seems to really set biocoherence apart, this whole resources and priorities approach. Can you unpack that for us?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This is really where they flip the script on how we usually think about health assessments, right? Instead of focusing on what's wrong with you, they focus on your strengths, what they call your resources.
Right.
And then they use those to address the areas that maybe need a little bit of attention, your priorities.
I see. So instead of just pointing out the problems, it's more like, hey, here's all this amazing stuff you've already got. Let's use that to make things even better.
Exactly.
I like that. It's a much more empowering approach, I think, than just focusing on the negatives.
Yeah, it's much more proactive, positive.
Huh?
And it's not just about identifying these resources and priorities in isolation, right? They then use that information to create a personalized plan for you, using things like sound frequencies, meditations to help you achieve greater balanced well-being.
So it's like having a wellness plan that's actually tailored to you, like custom made.
Exactly.
That's very cool. Before we get too far, though, I do want to address the elephant in the room, especially since we're talking about, all this personal data. What about privacy?
Totally valid concern, especially with anything that involves collecting this kind of data. But I will say that biocoherence seems to take data security and privacy seriously. From what I understand, all the processing happens locally on your device, so none of your data is actually sent to their servers or shared with any third parties unless you specifically choose to share it.
Okay, that's good to know. I'm all for taking control of my well-being, but I'm not trying to compromise my privacy to do it.
Of course not.
So we've established that biocoherence takes in all this data, analyzes it in this unique way. But how does it actually put that information into action?
That's where these two core functions come in: scanning and biofeedback testing. So scanning is essentially the data capturing process. You wear a heart rate monitor, just
Yeah.
like with a regular ECG, but their technology captures a much broader spectrum of electrical activity, which gives them a more comprehensive picture of your energetic state.
So scanning is like taking a snapshot of your energy in that moment,
Exactly.
giving biocoherence kind of the raw materials to build your personalized profile.
Yeah.
Okay, what about biofeedback testing? What's happening there?
This is where things get really interesting.
Okay.
Imagine being able to see in real time how your body's responding to different things.
Hold on. So you're saying I could like test out how my body reacts to stuff using this thing?
Exactly.
That's wild. It's like being your own lab rat.
It's a pretty cool concept, right?
Yeah.
Biofeedback itself isn't new, but the way biocoherence combines it with this crazy detailed energy analysis, that's what makes it so powerful.
Okay, so walk me through it. Let's say I want to try this biofeedback testing. What's that actually look like? I strap on the heart rate monitor. I pick what I want to test, like a new meditation track. And then what?
So you'd basically be seeing real-time data on how your body's responding to that meditation track.
Okay.
Remember those visuals we were talking about?
Yeah.
Imagine those, but changing in real time based on what you're testing. You might see your heart rate variability, improve your energy levels go up, or if something's not working for you, you'd see that too. It's all about giving you that immediate feedback.
That's way more helpful than just trying to go off how I feel, right? Because that can be so subjective.
Exactly. Takes out the guesswork.
Love it.
Yeah.
All right, so I got to ask about something else I saw in the materials. This whole time crystal melter thing sounds like something straight out of like a sci-fi movie. What is that?
I know the name's a little out there,
Mm-hmm.
but it's actually a really cool concept. It's all about addressing those like blockages in your energy field, you know?
Okay.
Like think of a recurring negative thought you just can't shake,
Her.
or some limiting belief that's been holding you back.
Hmm.
That's the kind of stuff that time crystal melter is supposed to help with.
So it's like hitting the reset button on your energy.
Kind of. It uses these specific sound frequencies and a very precise measure of time and space they call Elphi, which is based on the golden ratio, and something called Planck units.
Planck units. Now we're really going down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, it gets pretty deep. Basically, Elphi is what allows biocoherence to tap into the natural rhythms of energy in the universe. It's about aligning your energy to a more harmonious frequency.
Okay, so Elfie helps your energy flow better. Got it.
Yeah.
But what am I actually doing when I'm using this time crystal melter?
It's super simple, actually. Biocoherence just gives you little reminders throughout the day to focus on your resources. Remember, those are your strengths.
Right.
And to let go of any attachment to your priorities,
Yeah.
the areas that need some attention.
So it's not about ignoring those areas that need work. It's more about like shifting your perspective.
Exactly. It's about realizing you already have what you need to overcome challenges and create positive change.
Okay. I like that. That's empowering.
Right.
So the time crystal melter is one tool, but you mentioned earlier that biocoherence also uses sound to help harmonize your energy. What's that all about?
Oh, yeah. You see, our bodies are essentially these vibrating energy fields, and sound is also vibration,
Mm,
right?
right.
Consent. Think about how certain music can make you feel things. That's a simple example of sound affecting our energy. Biocoherence just takes it to a whole other level.
Okay, but how is it different from just listening to like calming music on my own?
Personalization.
Mm.
Remember how we talked about biocoherence analyzing your unique energy signature? They use that to create custom sound frequencies designed to bring you back into balance,
So it's like a soundtrack made just for my body.
pretty much. And you can listen to these sound frequencies in a bunch of different ways. They have
Yeah.
pre-programmed sessions you can use, or you can add them to your own meditations, or even just have them playing in the background.
Versatile.
Totally. And it's not just about listening either. Remember how we were talking about personalized meditations earlier?
Oh,
They
yeah.
actually create meditations that change and adapt as you do.
Wait, seriously? The meditation changes every day.
Yep. Biocoherence, reevaluate your energy regularly, and adjust the meditation based on what it sees. It might include different breathing exercises, visualizations, affirmations, whatever your body needs that day.
Wow, that's next level.
Right. It's like having your own personal meditation guru.
This is blowing my mind. I have to admit, I was a total skeptic at first, but this is really cool stuff.
It's definitely exciting technology.
Yeah.
And what's even cooler is that it's not just for like tech wizards or anything. Biocoherence made it so anyone can use it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they have a Me version that's made for people to use at home, and then a Pro version for practitioners.
So if someone wanted to work with a practitioner who uses biocoherence, there's a way to do that.
Absolutely. They actually have a whole directory built into the software where you can find practitioners all over the world. You could even do remote consultations, data sharing, the whole 9 yards.
Very cool. So we've talked about the Me version, which sounds pretty amazing on its own, but what about this Pro version? How are practitioners actually using biocoherence in their work?
Oh, man. The possibilities are endless. I've heard of practitioners using it for everything from stress management and sleep issues to pain relief, even relationship counseling.
Relationship counseling, really? I never would have
Mhm.
thought of that. How
Uh-huh.
does biocoherence fit into something like that?
Well, think about it.
Mhm.
Our emotions, they all have an energy to them,
Yeah.
right? So when there's tension or conflict in a relationship, it often shows up in the energy between those two people.
Mm.
Biocoherence can help a practitioner see those imbalances and then use tools like we've been talking about, the sound frequencies, the meditations, to bring things back into harmony.
Fascinating. So it's like biocoherence is giving practitioners this whole new way to understand their client.
Exactly. It's not about replacing traditional methods. It's about having another layer of insight to work with.
It really seems like this kind of technology could totally change how we think about healthcare and well-being,
Yeah.
moving away from just treating illness and toward actually cultivating wellness.
It's a total paradigm shift.
Yeah.
And I think it's about time.
It really is mind-blowing when you think about it. We've got this technology that can actually show us our own energy and then give us ways to like work with it directly.
It's pretty amazing. And it really shows how powerful it can be to bring together these old traditions with this new tech.
Right. Like it's ancient wisdom meets cutting edge science. And the best part is it's not just for like gurus or scientists. Anyone can use this stuff.
Exactly. And I love that it's not just for individual use either. The fact that they have a whole platform for practitioners opens up so many possibilities.
Totally. It's like you said before, breaking down those barriers and helping people get the support they need no matter where they are.
It's not even just about access though, right? It's about pushing the boundaries, of what we think is possible in terms of well-being. Like
Mm.
biocoherence is taking us beyond just treating symptoms and into this whole other realm of optimizing our energy, our resilience.
It's that shift we were talking about.
Yeah,
Instead of just reacting to problems, we can actually take charge and proactively build our well-being from the inside out.
exactly.
So, as we wrap up our deep dive into biocoherence, I want to leave our listeners with one final thought, something to kind of chew on as they explore this whole world of energy and well being.
Sounds good. Hit me with it.
Okay, so we've seen how understanding our energy can give us more control over our well being. So, my question is this: could biocoherence be the key to a future where health isn't about battling illness, but about cultivating the state of like total vitality, both for ourselves and for everyone? What do you think?
It's a powerful question,
Mm.
and one that I think we're all going to be exploring more and more in the years to come.
Absolutely. Thanks for diving into all this with me. It's been fascinating.